This happened to me. I stayed at the Stanley Hotel. You know, the place that inspired The Shining. The light flickered as I walked in. Perfect horror movie vibe. But whatever. I was ready for a night of weird creaks and maybe a cold draft. I left my bag on the chair, turned around, and when I looked back, the bag was on the bed zipped shut. I think it's supposed to be a cool vintage touch, but it just makes me feel like I'm entering a museum. Just a little tap on the wall behind the headboard. I'm sure it's just pipes or old wiring, but when it happens again, I can't help myself. But this time I can hear a scraping sound, like someone dragging themselves closer. I spin around, but there's nothing there. All I see are the double doors leading to the ballroom. And I know what I have to do. I need to go back inside. I need to confront whoever is in there. I need to get some answers. I mean, it's just a story, right? Don't be an idiot. You're being gaslit by an old hotel. And then I see the red carpet leading to the ballroom and I step on it. Immediately, I know I made the right decision. This place is insane. The walls are covered with gold leaf and red velvet. There are dozens of flickering candles and music spilling from behind a golden curtain. I walk toward the sound, and as I get closer, I see a band playing a lively tune on a grand piano. Suddenly, the pianist stops playing and turns to me. "I'm sorry, dear boy, but the dance floor is closed for renovations. You may admire the carpet, though. It's our most prized possession." He wears a crisp white tuxedo and a crimson bow tie. But it's his face that truly captivates me. Oh yes, the crazed look in his eye. The way his smile never reaches his eyes. That's the real prized possession. "How long has it been since you've had company?" I ask. And he replies, 50 years, with a chilling smile. I stumble backward, tripping over the rug and falling to the floor. As the music swells, the dancers appear, swirling around me in a macabre ballet. Their faces pale, their eyes hollow. One reaches out a hand, beckoning me to join them in their eternal dance. I scream, scrambling back. But the room is closing in. The walls are closing in, trapping me in their suffocating embrace. I struggle against the invisible barrier, my heart pounding in my chest. "Let me out," I gasp, my voice echoing in the vast emptiness. But my pleas are lost in the haunting melody that fills the air. As the darkness envelops me, I realize I am not just a guest at the Stanley Hotel. I am a prisoner of its spectral realm. The ghosts have claimed me as their own, and now I am doomed to dance with them forever. And I know what I have to do. I turn on the lights and grab a knife. I mean, this is ridiculous, but I've got to act brave. And then I hear it, a scratching sound as if someone is trying to get through the wall. Tapping, scraping, hammering, and then a gentle tapping like someone knocking on wood. I call out, "Who's there?" And a raspy voice answers, "I am." And then it stops. And I swear, I hear the sound of footsteps padding away. I throw the door open and rush out into the hallway. The end of the hall feels like a dead end. I mean, it is a dead end, but there's a single door painted a historical society seal. And I have to open it. On the other side is another set of double doors leading to the outside. I step outside. I gotta take a break from all this ghost stuff. It's such a beautiful night. The sky is clear and studded with stars. It's peaceful, quiet. I can finally relax. I say, "Hello," thinking I might sound brave, but I know I sound stupid. No answer, just another knock, and then a third, a little harder this time. It sounds like someone trying to get my attention. I'm frozen in fear, and then I tell myself to snap out of it. This is silly. It's just an old building settling. And then I feel something solid at the foot of my bed. I don't want to look, but curiosity wins. I pull back the covers and find nothing but the outline of a suitcase, like something heavy has been sitting there, and I'm the only person in the hotel. It must have been sitting here for months, and yet the imprint of the case is still visible beneath the sheets. So I change rooms. I don't care that the other room has a stained mattress. The carpet is threadbare, and the wallpaper is peeling off the walls. I just need to get away from that suitcase and the knocking. Or maybe worse, a haunted house on a TV show. And yeah, here we go. Now, this isn't one of those vintage tube TVs that's just acting up. It's a flat screen connected to cable. And what's playing? Well, that's the problem. It isn't a TV channel, static, or even a welcome screen. It's an old black and white film. The picture quality is grainy and low definition, and I can just barely make out a ballroom filled with men in tuxedos and women in long flowing gowns. They're dancing to a live band, and there's a huge chandelier hanging overhead. The same chandelier that's hanging in my current room, except that there's no ballroom here. I immediately call down to the front desk, and the operator tells me, "Oh, yeah, that's the ballroom feed from the hallway camera. You're in room 401. I'll have him turn it off." And then she hangs up on me. But the next time I pick up the phone, the line is dead. No dial tone, no reception. I'm cut off from the outside world. As soon as I open the door, the light flickers and dies. When it comes back on, everything's coated in shadow. The furniture seems oddly placed. The curtains are drawn tight across the windows. This place has been empty for months, so why does it feel like someone just left? And who was that other guest on the reservation? My mind races with possibilities, but I try to calm myself down. I'm staying in the most famous haunted hotel room in America. This is gonna be epic. Now, I get it. You're probably thinking this is a fake story, but if you knew what I was up against, you'd believe me. Let me catch you up. And I thought it would be cool. Creepy, sure, but just a ghost tourism gimmick. Built in 1909, it has a majestic beast of a building with 142 rooms and 3 entire floors dedicated to the memory of one family. It has ballrooms that can accommodate 650 dinner guests, and a library full of leather-bound books. And here's the thing, it's rumored to be haunted, like really haunted. I mean, in 1974, Newsweek magazine published an article titled, "Is the Stanley Hotel Haunted?" And that was just after author Stephen King checked out of room 217, finished his first draft of The Shining, based entirely on his stay here, and then famously forgot to pay his bill. Turns out the ghosts aren't the scariest part. It's what they remember about you. Hour 1. Room 217. Same room where Stephen King stayed. Backstory time. This is the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. Now, let's go back to present day. I'm checking in as the sun sets behind the Rockies, casting long shadows over the lawn, and making this already creepy hotel look straight out of a gothic romance novel. It is only when I get close to the front doors that I realize the beauty might be a facade, because the closer I get, the more I feel like this place wants to keep me out. See, it's not your average hotel. It closes every year during the winter. It only opens for 3 days over Christmas to host their annual Dickens-themed Christmas party. And I'm staying on opening night. The staff looks terrified to see me. I ask how many people are staying in the hotel tonight. There's only one name on the list besides my own, Mrs. Eleanor Vance, who's booked into room 217. And I have room 217. I ask if I could switch rooms, but the clerk says there's nothing available. And then he warns me, "Don't worry, it's just an old building. You'll be fine in 217. But trust me, that's what they all say. Then it happens. The clerk hands me this giant key. It's shaped like an old-fashioned skeleton key. And then I hear a knock. But as I settle into the new room, the TV turns itself on. I'm so freaked out, I almost forget about the ghosts, until I hear another knock. Again, it's coming from the wall. Except, of course, I can't, because behind me, I hear that same voice, and it's coming from inside the building. And now it's closer.